Hello everyone and welcome to episode 37 of the TEW 2020 New Japan Pro Wrestling series here on the channel, as it is Sakura Genesis tour, and I'm so excited for this tour. We had a great, tremendous, even New Japan Cup, and I am just thinking how we built that tour up, and a lot of the big time reveals of, Shinsuke looking to take on Shotaro Ashino, but he's got to get through Eddie Kingston first, and that's happening on this tour. We got a rematch of Jay White and Okada happening on this show. Of course, we have the heavyweight championship being decided between two LIJ members, as Hiromu Takahashi, the New Japan Cup winner, is taking on Shingo Takagi. Hiromu looking to become the first guy to win the heavyweight title after winning the New Japan Cup since, God, I don't even know when's the last time actually. Now let's just take a look back down memory lane, because I want to say it was Naito in 2016. That's crazy because, yeah, Shibata didn't do it, Zack didn't do it. I don't think Okada did in 2019. Now I'm thinking about it, it might have been Okada. I'm pretty sure it wasn't him. I'm pretty sure last time it was Naito. It was pretty crazy to think about. But yeah, that's a long time ago, and because Naito, he won it, and then he dropped the belt at Dominion to Okada. Now, of course, started the great Okada reign. But yeah, I mean, that's a long time. That's looking to break the curse of the New Japan Cup winner. But the card looks like this. Of course, heavyweight title matchup, Hiromu Takahashi, Shingo Takagi. Should be quite the matchup there. Then our co-main event and IWGP US title matchup, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Tetsuya Naito. As this should be awesome. They've had two singles matches. Naito and Zack had a G1 match the first year we did the G1, which Naito won. And then, of course, at the King of Pro Wrestling tournament last year, Zack won during a submission match over Tetsuya Naito. So they're 1-1 in the series so far. Let's see what's going to happen in the trilogy. As then the IWGP Tag Team title matchup, as Joe Doring and Kenta, Task Force Death, taking on Hiroshi Tanahashi and Katsuyori Shibata. Of course, Doring and Ashino, the former tag champs, and now we got Joe Doring and Kenta looking to fight for the IWGP Tag Team titles. As that should be a fun match. There's obviously that Task Force Death Lion Mark story has so many layers to it now, and it's tremendous. As kind of another wrinkle of that is this match here, the Never Openweight title match between Kota Ibushi and Pac. I mean, here's a match that we have done as far as twice, and it has not been decided by a winner. As far as a time limit draw, a 60-minute time limit draw, a 30-minute time limit draw, both at the anniversary show and during the G1. So to finally have this match, and is it going to go 60 again? Are we going to see a winner? That's the build for that one, and that should be a lot of fun. Kota Ibushi and Pac, I mean, that could be the best match on this card. That should be tremendous. And then to have Jay White and Okada on this card as well is pretty crazy. We have a lot of singles matches on this card, actually, which is kind of rare for what we do as far as usually for a major show. Usually the singles matches are usually just title matches, but we have two non-title singles matches that really amp up the card, as Ryu Lee and Jason Lee for the junior heavyweight title. That should be a fun one. Jason Lee has really skyrocketed onto the scene. As far as his pop now, his pop's in the 60s in Japan, which is pretty crazy to think. He started off with like 40 pop when we signed him, maybe even less than that. And he's just been on a tear. And this junior run's been pretty crazy. Even though he's only had the belt since January, he's only had one defense, but he's, as far as what he has gone through, beating Pac and getting some huge wins throughout the time here. He beat Caristico, and now he's looking to face Ryu Lee here tonight at Sakura Genesis, which that should be fun. That should be a fun match. And of course, Eddie Kingston, Shinsuke Nakamura. If Nakamura gets this win, he takes on Shotaro Ashino at the Wrestling Nuntaku card, one of the two nights of Wrestling Nuntaku. And for Eddie Kingston, he's got he is the the stepping stone, maybe, as far as for Shinsuke Nakamura, and looking to hold the fort for Task Force Death, and being the one to fight off the invading Shinsuke Nakamura, the returning Shinsuke Nakamura. He's the one to get that Intercontinental title back. And to open up the show, we're going to have a six-man of the Lucha Brothers. And Shota Umino taking on Liberty United of Alexander Hammerstone and the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions Alex Shelley and Kaiju D'Amato, which Lucha Brothers and Liberty United, they're going to have a junior tag team title matchup at one of the Wrestling Dutaku cards as well. So that's, building that up as well with this match. And I will say this, every tour show, we only have 4 tour shows. Each one has a pre-booked main event already. So we only have to book basically 5 matches for each tour show. So that's nice. Should kind of speed this episode up as well. But yeah, I think this should be a hell of a show. And this should be a hell of a tour, I think. As the first night, we'll get right into it. It's going to be a never openweight 6-man title matchup as LIJ of Tetsuya Naito, Sonata, and Bushi are going to take on United Empire, of course, the never openweight 6-man champs of Zack Sabre Jr., Josh Alexander, and the Great Okan. As Milano Collection AT passing on microphone work to Yasutaka Yano. Alright. As, we'll probably not run Kanta, we'll probably run elsewhere. We'll probably run Chubu. That seems fair to me. As, we'll run the 1,480 venue. So, this 6-man, and the champions will retain. That's their second defense. As Zach's going to tap out Bushi. I'm assuming he's going to tap him out. Maybe he'll pin him, but one would assume. That should be fun, though. That should be a fun match. As really for this tour, because it's so short, I want to feature the guys that are not going to be on the main show. Which there's a lot of big names. Dark Order, nowhere on that show. Which is tough, to see. But I think for them, the idea was to focus more on having New Japan Strong matches. Because we're going to have... as far as want to do the match between Brody and as far as Brody and Sheamus, since Brody beat him, we have not done that yet. We've been kind of waiting. We'll probably do it to end out the beginning of April. That first Strong that starts off April. So we might do something involving that on this show to kind of build that up. It's not a bad idea. We'll probably do a tag. As Brody and we'll go with Black Taurus. And then Sheamus and Filthy Tom. Just want to make sure we haven't done this. Okay. As Brody will be beating Filthy Tom Lawler. Good stuff. There. So I like that. That makes sense. Trying to think of some undercard stuff to have, like Keo Tamura and Kojima against like the Young Lions, something like that, something simple. We'll go with the Young Lions of Yuto, Nakashima, and Yasutaka Yano to get them involved. Which they are. They're a year in now to their run. And Satoshi Kojima. No, they'll give it a day out tomorrow. Yeah, we'll just have it be 10 minutes. We won't have that be the opener, but be the match after the opener. Which for the opener... let's think of King Mo and Suzuki. We'll go with a tag, though, so it's not singles. We'll go with Suzuki and Davey Boy. Thinking Shelton. And King Mo. Yeah, Suzuki over King Mo. Sure, we've done this once or twice before. Yep, be the third time. First time in 2022, though. And I think each time the Foundation won. Oh, no. Each time Suzuki-gun won. Well, I guess we'll keep that trend going. Alright, so just there are 2 matches we want to add. So we need a Steal the Show match. Which, go with Flight Club. So we'll go Top Flight. And Mr. Hayato Jr. Vegeta. Let's see here. As far as who I'd like to use, I think it's Suzuki-gun, to be honest. Take a Tai Chi with Despy and Doki. Thank God for Hayato Jr. Vegeta, because if not, this match probably would have sucked ass. But Dante will be beating Doki. Oh, Doki's not in. That's weird. Not in Suzuki-gun. We'll have to change that. So is Kanemaru. What in the world? I think it's because we sent them down. I sent them down to CMLL during the Fantastica Mania tour, and I just now brought them up. We kind of got stuck down there. But now there we go. Flight Club. Suzuki-gun. Back-to-back Suzuki-gun matches. And the next one, it could be a tag match. I was thinking... boy, oh boy. I was thinking... maybe doing like the Strong Style Riders and then Shinsuke with... someone from like LA Dojo, or yeah, we'll go with like Carl Fredericks. That works. 16, and Carl Fredericks can beat Homicide. Nice little show, to be honest. I think we got a lot of fine matches on this card. Maybe would have changed that opener, but since we've done it a handful of times every time Suzuki-gun's gotten the win, which get a 57 though, is Minoru Suzuki pinning King Mo to the reverse DT backbreaker. 57 for David Boy Smith Jr., 55 for Shelton, 52 for Suzuki, and 43 for King Mo. Yeah, the Foundation, I mean, their numbers are definitely against them, you know, for sure, as far as after losing Power E, they've kind of just been spinning their wheels. The 49 for Satoshi Kojima and Hayato Tamura against Yasutaka Yano and Yuto Nakashima. Hayato Tamura getting the win in 9:46, best guy in the match. 41, wow, that just keeps on getting worse and worse. As, I mean, Dante Martin and Hayato Jr. Vegeta did really well in this match. Really, like, you know, Despy was the worst guy in this match, which is crazy to think, but if Darius was a little bit better, I mean, Flight Club would be a pretty good six-man team, to be honest. But I mean, it's not a bad performance. 56 is 57, so they're just not really over enough. But that's fine though. That's still a good little match. A 66 here for the for the tag match of Strong Style Death Riders and Shinsuke and Carl Fredericks. As Carl Fredericks getting the win over Homicide. Yeah, I mean Shinsuke with a 79, 63 for Eddie Kingston, 46 for Carl Fredericks, and Homicide, who got a 37. He's really off his game, but good stuff though from Shinsuke and Kingston too. But Shinsuke carrying that one as a 68 for Brody Lee and Black Taurus against Sheamus and Filthy Tom Lawless. Brody getting the win with the running big boot over Filthy Tom. Good little match though. Obviously, Brody and Black Taurus always a fun team to have with their great chemistry. And a 75 for the Neverweight 6-man title matchup. As, yeah, what a great win for United Empire. As even though O'Khan, Josh Alexander, and Zack Sabre Jr., they were the worst team, just felt like no need to change, you know, titles here. You know, Naito's already U.S. champ, and just no sense in it, you know. And I think it adds to the story, too, between Naito and Zack as well, to have this match. So, yeah, man, it's a fun little main event. We'll take it. On to night 2 we go. Alright, so day 2's main event is a 8-man of Task Force Death, which is going to be Joe Doring, Pac, Kenta, and Shotaro Shino against Tanahashi, Shibata, Kota Ibushi, and Shinsuke Nakamura. Gonna be a huge 8-man. absolutely huge, is what that match is going to be. I'm excited to see how that one plays out. As yeah, I don't think we're going to be running the Hiroshima Sun Plaza. I don't think that's the smartest, or even anywhere in Sapporo. But we will run the Wakayama Prefectural Gym in Wakayama, Japan. That's always a given, because I love that venue. As nice 2K. As yeah, I mean, so Shinsuke's going to get the win over Joe Doring. So that's a huge win for Nakamura, and getting a win over Joe Doring as well. That's great. That's a tough blow for Joe Doring, but you know, listen, it's we all gotta lose sometimes. Regarding that, as far as what else I'd like to see on this card, you know, a Young Bucks match wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. Actually, changed my mind. Astronauts versus the Chaotic Pitbulls, because Goto has wanted to put over as far as Takuya Nomura. So, we'll be using that to our advantage. Shout out Hiroki Goto for putting over Takuya Nomura, really helping us out here with this match, but that should be a lot of fun. I'm trying to think who else has been, say, Okada, you know, wanting to put over Jay White again. Yeah, I mean, you know, as far as, that's cool that we're able to do that again if we want to, but I don't think we, you know, as far as we'll see what happens to Sakura Genesis, but that's nice of Hiroki Goto, though, putting him over. Let's go with a 6-man. Let's go with all of, let's go with Hiyao Tamura with Tenkoji. And we'll use, think of the LA Dojo fellas. There's Fredericks with Coughlin Connors. Which, I mean, it's crazy that their pop has gotten really high, actually. Yeah, but say we did the, back in February, we did this 6-man. This time around, though, Hiyao Tamura is going to get the win, as he's going to be beating Clark Connors. But that will open up the show. Let's take it a junior tag of Francesco and Eagles. Let's see here. Against, I was thinking Dragon Masters. Maybe not even Dragon Masters. Maybe Golden Dragons. Yeah, just the pop's not there. It's the thing with that. That's crazy. Dante Martin's got better pop than some of those guys. I do love. I mean, I've been loving the velocity since we signed him, and we just have not really been doing anything. I dream the vision. It's kind of snake bitten in the fact that we have a lot of talented guys involved, but not talented enough to where it kind of makes sense. We'll go with actually Drew Parker and Taiji Shimori. We'll go with this, and we've done this before, yeah. House of Torture's won pretty much every time, but we did this back in February. This time, though, we'll have Robbie Eagle get the win over Drew Parker. Yeah, and we could probably use a better co-main, as I think we'll go with a 6-man in that spot. As we'll go with, let's go with Hiromu, Shingo, and Naito against Zack. We'll go with Jarvis and Okan. Actually, we'll go with Kitamura and Okan. Go with the United Rage. Nice little match, and We're going to give Shingo the win over Katsuya Kitamura. So just need one more match. I think we're going to have a Young Lion appearance here. So we'll go with, let's see. I don't know if I want to go with Kosai Fujita or with Oiwa. I will just go with Kosai Fujita. He will be losing to... yeah, Jonathan Gresham. Alright. We're good to go. 54 for the opener. Heiharu Tamura with Tenkochi against House of Nokiism. It's Heiharu Tamura pinning Clark Connors there. Yeah, I mean, Heiharu Tamura best guy in the match. Right decision. The other 54 for Jonathan Gresham and Kosai Fujita is Jonathan Gresham, the Spike Driver, in 10:07. 59 for Jonathan Gresham, 31 for Kosai Fujita. It's a 64 for Francesco and Eagles against House of Torture. It's Rob Eagles, the pulse drop. Yeah, Ishimori was really off his game, and he still was the best guy in this match, but Francesco and Eagles were better than Drew Parker, so at least that finish made sense. 69 for the Astronauts against Hiroki Goto Tomohiro Ishii team on the Chaotic Pitbulls, as Takuya Nomura getting a huge win over Hiroki Goto, as he was outperformed by Goto, but it's nice to see Fuminori Abe was almost in the 60s, so shout out Fuminori Abe. It's an 81 for the sixth man of Los Ingobernables de Japón in United Empire, as this was better than the actual Never Avoid six man matchup, as Shingo Takagi with the Last of the Dragon over Katsuya Kitamura in 2007, but yeah, Naito with an 87, Hiromu with a 79, Shingo with a 73, Zack Sabre Jr. with an 81, Okama with a 54, and then Katsuya Kitamura with a 74. Another 81 for the 8-man here, as Shinsuke with a Samoan driver, but Joe Doring not even a fucking Kinshasa, or how about to say Kinshasa, how embarrassing, with a Boombaye, as, yeah, I mean, that's a huge win over Nakamura. He was the best guy in this match, tied Kenta. So Nakamura already doing very, very well for himself in his return to New Japan so far. Another successful show. On to day 3 we go. Alrighty, so for day 3, it's going to be a House of Torture Chaos 6-man tag, and, well, we got a lot of backstage incidents, as John Silver improved the mood of the locker room when he set up a waffle bar and cooked for everyone. That's pretty great, as then Pentagon Jr. lifted the locker room, and his silly little game he created became very popular backstage. Masahiro Chono is brought before a wrestler's court, accused of failing to pick up his share of the tab of the shared rental cars. The judge, Richard Tanahashi, found him guilty and sentenced to pay the full cost and reimburse his travel partners. Fucking Chono being light with the tab. Interesting. Very interesting there. But, yeah, this House of Torture Chaos 6-man, it's going to be Jay White, Miro, Taiji Ishimori against Okada, Ishii, and, Rob Eagles, which Ishimori will be beating Rob Eagles there. It's a little payback for Rob Eagles getting that win in that junior tag team matchup. There we go. But yeah, I mean, I like that main event. Anytime Okada's in the main event, it should be pretty successful. So we're also going to have Brody King and Drew Parker, as they're going to take on Hiroki Goto and let's see what we'll go with Francesco. So we'll have Goto beat Brody King. Ooh, that's too much time though. 20 minutes. That's a bit too much. We'll go with 16. We're also gonna have Toru Sugiura take on Tomoya Harada, man that we have desperately been just overlooking and not really been using a whole lot of. But Toru Sugiura will be getting the win here. over Harada. Nice. Nice. So that's a nice little House of Torture Chaos little mini story for this Day 3 show of Sakura Genesis. Just trying to think what else we could do. So, the Sheamus Brody King match, Sheamus retained. Sheamus outperformed him, actually, which is pretty cool. Or Brody Lee match, rather, not Brody King, Brody Lee. Which is pretty nuts to see. So just to kind of update on what happened there. Regarding that match, you know, actually, let's go with the junior tag. Let's go with the Omakabe and Gresham. Against the Golden Dragons. Yeah, it's crazy. We've done this once, and that was back in 2021, obviously back almost a year ago. Do it again here, and Makabe and Gresham will be getting another win over them. And we'll have this be Steal the Show. So we just see a technical masterclass and then one more match. Which I kind of have a feeling that's going to be better than that, actually. So we'll actually bump that up a little bit. So the technical masterclass match. Yeah, let's go with United Rage. Against Super Arm Destroyers. Actually, let's go with Sonata. And that's the thing, you know, LIJ, they only have, you know, really, I guess it's only Bushi that's left that could be in this match, and it'd kind of be weird if we did that, so we'll probably not do that, actually. But let's just use Alex Reynolds and John Silver. Let's have another junior tag match. Them against the Velocities. So they have traded wins back and forth throughout the years. We're going to have them get the win in the Velocities. Paris Silva's going to beat Alex Reynolds. I'm sure it's not going to go well because of Pop, but it is what it is. And for the technical masterclass, let's go with Jarvis with United Rage against the Super Island Destroyers, Hammerstone. As well have Kyle beat Jarvis. Alright. Just gotta change the venue. Yeah, the convention center. Mino Value Hall. Is not a bad option, but we'll just probably go with, we'll just go with the small hall. And it kind of is what it is there. But 58 to open up the show as Jeff Cobb with the Tour of the Islands over Corey Jarvis. 57s for the Super Island Destroyers, and 47 for Hammerstone, 47 for Katsuya Kitamura, 52 for Great Okan, and 43 for Corey Jarvis. 47 for John Silver and Alex Reynolds against Paris Day Silva and Drew London of Velocities. As a very good junior tag match, they're just not really over enough. It's John Silver with a 60. Just crazy to think. As that's a good little match, though. 54 for Tora Sujiura and Tomoya Harada. Tora Sujiura getting the win, 1150. It's another 54 of the House of Torture Hiroki Goto Kira Francesco team. As Goto with the win over Brody King with the GTR. As Goto with a 49, he was really off his game, and at least he still outperformed Brody King, and Drew Parker outperforming Francesco thanks to the excellent chemistry boost from Brody King and Drew Parker. 67 for the junior tag matchup of Daniel Makabe and Jonathan Gresham against the Golden Dragons. Makabe getting the win over Senda Deora in 13:51. It's a good little match. Very good little match there. It's an 81 for House of Torture against Chaos as Taiji Shimori pinning Oh my god, tapping out Robbie Eagles with the fucking yes lock. Oh my god. But Okada with a 91. 74 is for Miro and Jay White. 73 for Ishii. 72 for Taiji Shimori. Then Robbie Eagles with 52, obviously way out of his element compared to everybody else in that match. But very good main event. We'll gladly take that. As on to the final tour show, day 4. As yeah, I mean it's crazy how fast we're rolling through this. Obviously, with it being we have basically a fundamental idea of what we want to have for every show, and we're building, and it's rolling well. And I think this has been a great little tour so far. Alrighty, last tour show here, backstage instance, Milano Collection AT, Yasutaka Yano. So passing on psychology to Yasutaka Yano, it's Milano Collection AT, and then Tomorishi passing on microphone work to Tomoya Harada. Good stuff. Oh, good thing we have this here, so we can run the Kita Gate Arena. So, our main event, LIJ vs. LIJ matchup, Hiromu and Bushi versus Sanada and Shingo. It's going to be a 30-minute draw. Which I think that, sure, we could have had Bushi lose, but it's fun to keep everybody over and keep everybody strong and kind of put over the fact that these guys know each other so well, and they know counters to their counters type of thing, and it's a bit of, the match flows like that in a way too. So that's the idea, at least psychology wise. But for the co-main, I think we're gonna have an Okada Jay White co-main event, as we're gonna have Okada with good old Rocky Romero and Jay White with Taiji Shimori. And we've done this so many times now, as far as how this goes, between the two. But they haven't had a tag match like this, though. It looks like, so that's interesting. But Rocky's going to beat Taiji Shimori to get a win over him. Hopefully nobody gets hurt in this match. That'd be unfortunate. We've been very, very fortunate with injuries. No one's been hurt or anything during this tour. And it really, even during the New Japan Cup, I know the big injury was Juice. But, when that happened, luckily nobody else has been seriously hurt like that. As, let's go with the 6-man of, let's go Dark Order. Junior Dark Order team versus the Junior United Empire team. We'll go with Gresham, Makabe, and Moriarty. What a match we got here. This is tough. We haven't done this before. But I don't know if I want this to be the Techno Mass Class or have it steal the show. I think we're gonna have it steal the show, though, because I think we're gonna have John Silver beat Lee Moriarty. Let's go with the tag of the Astronauts against Hiroki Goto in Tomoya Harada. And wouldn't you guess it? Takeda Nomura is going to get another win. It's going to be Goto. Tough break. As we're going to have the young lions of Fujita and Oiwa against the Young Bucks. Just to get them on the card. Gotta love how the idea of get them on the card. Fly the Young Bucks over just for a tour show where they beat Young Lions. Like, how dumb can you be? But Magic Axe is gonna get the win. Then the Technical Masterclass matchup. We'll go with a 6-man, maybe? So I'm thinking Golden Dragons with Caristico. Yeah. Against Fujinami, Wado, Taguchi. So we really didn't build any Mecha Blood matches against Blastoff. We didn't really need to, because we kind of built that during the New Japan Cup, but still I think it probably been a good idea. But Caristico will be beating Master Wado. This should be a pretty good match, though. Hopefully. Fingers crossed there. As for the... Oh, that's right. We got the venue. That's right. As we're good to go. It was pretty fast. I think we did that less than 5 minutes. As Caristico with a La Mystica over Master Wado in 1548 of the 57 years. Yeah, Caristico with a 63 rather. He was off his game, though, but Samurai also with a 52, 50 for Fujinami, 48 for Taguchi, 46% they are, then 38 for Master Wado. 62 for the Bucks against Kosei Fujita and Oiwa as Ajax with the Meltzer driver. 938. Shout out the Young Lions taking a Meltzer driver. Monori Abe and Takuya Nomura beating Hiroki Goto and Tomoya Harada. Takuya Nomura getting another Tarantula win over Hiroki Goto. I got a 60, 66 for the junior 6-man of Dark Order vs. United Empire. John Silver with the Inzaguri over Lee Moriarty. Which again, John Silver with a 60. Second best guy in the match, only behind Daniel Makabe. Black Taurus with a 59, 58 for Gresham. 48 for Reynolds, 54 for Lee Moriarty. So the wrong team wins, but shout out Dark Order. 75 for Kazuchika Okada, Rocky Romero against Taiji Shimura and Jay White. As Rocky tapping out Taiji Shimura at the ankle lock. 2025. Taiji Shimura almost outperformed Jay White. Shout out Taiji Shimura. Then an 81 for our time limit draw between Bushi and Hiromu and Sanada and Shingo. Fun match. I mean, it's surprised Bushi almost outperformed Sanada, so that's cool. Very good stuff, though. Hell yeah. Another successful show, and we'll gladly take that. And now on to the Sakura Genesis show. My God, as we got some big-time matches to get through, and I'm super excited to see how everything plays out, as hopefully we have a banger of a show. Alrighty, as for Sakura Genesis, we are good to go for the show. We got New Japan Strong, as we sold out the Tokyo Dome last time it was an 80. It's Kota Ibushi, Brody Lee, main event. Of course, the tag team title matchup was the best thing on the card, who would have guessed it. And the first one we did was a 74, which Naito and Ishii at least was the best thing on the card. Oh, High Impact, fucking Desmond Xavier and Zachary Wentz. Good thing we stopped using them. Boy, what a messy situation that is. Zachary Wentz. It's Flamita was brought before Wrestler's Court. He was moaning about stuff all the time, just bugging everyone else out, being a Debbie Downers. The judge, Hiroshi Tanahashi, found him guilty and sentenced to shut up or cheer up, and then buy drinks right after the show. Temuera Ishii passing on microphone work to Tomoya Harada. Hell yeah. So, Tokyo Dome, of course. I would love to maybe run the National Stadium. Because, it fits 80. We got about 65 there. It's not a bad idea. Because either we sell out the Tokyo Dome and we kind of cap, sure, we have the hiring cost is $80K, just fine. But if we could probably make almost our money back and then some, probably, running the National Stadium. Yeah, let's run the National Stadium. Fuck it. So we're going to have, of course, our main event. Hiromu Takahashi, Shingo Takagi. And we have a new IWGP Heavyweight Champion in Hiromu Takahashi as the former junior heavyweight star who's been through a hell of a journey. He winning the King of Pro Wrestling, first ever King of Pro Wrestling tournament. He becomes the Intercontinental Champion and has a hell of a run with the belt. And now to win the New Japan Cup, to beat Shingo Takagi, LIJ Brethren, for the title. And I think this is the best case scenario for this match. Shingo's run, albeit it's been a couple of months now, it has not been great. Hiromu's probably going to take that belt to a whole other, stratosphere, I think, and have that run be quite fun, I think. And that should be a great little main event, too. Hopefully. There is our co-main event, though. It's Zack Sabre Jr., Tetsuya Naito, as Naito will retain, defeating Zack Sabre Jr. Tough break for Zack, but felt like this is the best case scenario as well, as well at Red Shoes, because Davies the ref of both these matches, as Zack and Naito should be very good. I mean, their last match was a 91. Could be around that same breath in this match here. So that it's going to be tough for that main event to probably follow that, for being honest. And then our tag team title matchup, Joe Doring and Kenta of Task Force Death are going to beat Hiroshi Tanahashi and Katsuyori Shibata, as Kenta's going to beat Shibata. Yeah, I think this makes sense as well. I think that they're a hell of a team, and it gets Task Force Death a little bit more added advantage going into that potential in a Continental title match. It depends on what happens with Kingston and Nakamura, of course. Then we got Kota Ibushi and Pac, which, what a match this should be. Pac's going to get the win. He's going to beat Kota Ibushi, which a tough loss for Ibushi, but Pac's been, incredible, and I want to keep that belt on him a little bit longer. Jay White and Okada. Okada's going to get the win back, but would have been interesting if Jay White beat him again, but just felt like it wasn't necessary. Like Okada getting another win just makes sense. And Ryu Lee and Jason Lee, as Jason Lee going to get the win and retain his junior heavyweight title, beating Ryu Lee. Eddie Kingston and Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura's going to get the win, so that Intercontinental title match is set for him and Shotaro Ashino for Wrestling Nutaku. I'm sure that will be the main event of one of the 2 nights. Task Force Death versus Liberty United, the 6-man matchup, as Alex Shelley beating Shota Umino there. Just feel like that makes sense. And, wow, we almost ran out of time, but we just got to change Jado. So I want to say he's the agent of this match. Yeah. Have that be Liger. Perfect. But yeah, I mean, this is awesome to see Aroma get the new run as heavyweight champion, new tag champs, and Doring and Kenta. So Doring getting the belts again, but with a new partner. And, Okada and Jay White again. We've got a lot of fun singles matches on this card. A lot of fun singles matches. But for the pre-show, kind of have a big-ass 8-man. If we can. Let's go with Brody Lee, Disciples of Darkness, and Doris. So Sheamus, of course, the week after we have him beat Brody, WWE's offering the contract. And I'm not going to match it. I'm just going to let him go because I don't really have that much plans for Sheamus. He was just kind of mainly supposed to be used on Strong, and that was about it. And, he's done his part. Now it's like building up who he should lose to. It's kind of the big thing. And that's kind of where we're at with that. Maybe Bryan Danielson. Could make a lot of sense. We had Bryan and Omega have the 30-minute time limit draw at the Strong taping. That was kind of it. So I don't know, as far as, I'm kind of waiting and deciding what I want to do with Bryan and Omega. I'm thinking about doing that at Dominion and having, like, the winner get a G1 Climax spot or something. Something like that, where it's a little bit added incentive. Maybe even an AEW, title match. I think that's either way that works, but we'll go with Filthy Tom, and then we'll go with Crime Time players, I guess. Doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but here we are. As we're going to have Will Hobbs beat Sheamus. Which will obviously lead to a Hobbs-Sheamus matchup. In the next one, go with a 6-man. A lot of people not on this card. We have a whole ass roster that's not even on this card. How many people are there? So, Josh Alexander has chilly momentum, which is crazy to think. We're going to change that, as he's going to team with Makabe and Gresham. So they will take on... Let's see here. Think of the Chaotic Pitbulls, maybe? Maybe not. Maybe House of Torture with Tora Sugiura. Or, Takeda, since we haven't used Takeda at all this tour. So I'll have Josh beat him. Hell of a win for Josh Alexander. Well, that is the card. And, I think we got a hell of a show here. Let's run it. 71 for the first of 2 pre-show matches. Very good match. 71. That's Josh Alexander with a Pearl River Plunge. 2001. Yeah, I mean, Takeda was like 11 points better than, but other than that, still pretty close. 62 for the next pre-show matchup is, wow, that doesn't sound good for Black Taurus there. Following his patella, as Will Hobbs with the Order of Business in 1936. Shout out Calvin Takeman with a 70, Will Hobbs with a 63. Yep, good stuff there from Dark Order. 71 for the opener, though, as Task Force Death losing to Liberty United, and as Shota Umino getting stretched out by the Border City Stretch in 1615. So Pentagon Jr. and Ray Phoenix, as far as, and Alex Shelley, top 3 guys in the match. Shota Umino with a 30. Dreadful. And 80 for Shinsuke Nakamura and Eddie Kingston. Nakamura with a triangle choke in 18 minutes. That's pretty awesome. Shout out Shinsuke Nakamura with a 92. Jesus Christ. Got the crowd hotter, too, as Jason Lee and Ryu Lee get an 80 as well, as Jason Lee with the Hong Kong Tornado in 1242. Very good match there for the Kung Fu Dragon. 89 for Jay White and Kazuchika Okada. Okada with the Rainmaker, 28-17. Great win for Okada. 82 for Kota Ibushi and Pac. Shocked that this is, I mean, I guess, compared to the last match, I guess it is hard to top that, but still. Shocked it didn't, as Pac getting them with the Shooting Star Press in 30-45. And that is his second defense of the Never Avoid title. 87 for Joe Doring and Kenta. They beat Roshi Tanahashi and Katsuyori Shibata. Kenta getting the win after the Kenta combo into the Psycho Knee for the Task Force Death team. What a teaming, of course, of Kenta and Joe Doring. I mean, they're the better version of Ashino and Doring, really, thanks to the excellent chemistry boost, but it's a great match. It's a great match. 87 again for Zack Sabre Jr. and Tetsuya Naito. Naito gets his third defense of the U.S. title as he gets to win the Destino in 29-38. In our main event, it's an 84, but a 93 in-ring performance from Hiromu Takahashi. He gets the one with the time bomb, and 31-46, and he is the new IWGP Heavyweight Champion. So it stays in the LIJ club, but it's switching members. Shingo at least got an 81. He's finally got to the point where he's in the 80s, but it's time. It's time for Hiromu to get the win. I mean, Okada and Jay White, best thing on the card. Shout out Okada. I mean, he's definitely earned it there in that performance. And, I thought, obviously, Kenta was tremendous in his match, in the tag match. And, give some love to Hiromu Takahashi again, because he's been tremendous. He's been absolutely tremendous. But, yeah, that's a great show. Very happy with that, and I think that Sakura Genesis was a great little show. And it's also has built up, Wrestling Dutaku, and the fact of Shotaro Ashino, Shinsuke, the Intercontinental title. That should be a hell of a main event. We're going to have, the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title matchup. Shelley and Kaiju D'Amato against Lucha Brothers again. And, as far as so much more on that show, I'm sure, as far as what to do regarding some of the guys like Okada, we just had him and Jay White had traded wins back and forth as far as what's going on with them. And yeah, everything goes over. WrestleMania happened. See what WrestleMania 38 is. John Cena wins in the 4-way for the Universal title. Finn wins in the 4-way for the WWE title. Usos over AJ Styles and Samoa Joe. Roman and Drew McIntyre. That's wild. That's not even the main event. It's MVP beating Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental title. Miz and Morrison beat the New Day. Elias is the U.S. champ. Oh my god. Using Chris Sparks. That's a Ricochet and Goldberg over the OC. Then Ronda and Mandy Rose. Bayley and Alexa Bliss. 24/7 title match that ends in a DQ. You love that. Adam Cole is with the Singh brothers. It's the Leo Rush and the Revival. It's the Kabuki Warriors and the Iconics to kick off the show. Boy. Shane Helms was on the pre-show as well. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. As I thank you all for watching and we'll catch you guys next time for Wrestling Dutaku. Take care, everyone.